My name is Barbara Foster and I come to KLS. I've been coming for a couple of years now.
My name is Linda.
My name is Chris Rice, aged 85.
I'm Sandra Low. I came to KLS in 2022 May.
I do exercise and also technology, and also I'm interested in Tai Chi.
Well, I suppose what puzzles me is it's changing all the time, so you really have to keep up with it.
It's great. It's a way of exchanging ideas and also to learn new things.
Nowadays, I'm frightened about it. When I was actually dealing with it in my office and stuff, you just took it, it was just part of the things you had to do.
I understand why people said seniors don't really want technology because of the pride. We fail to admit that there is something that frightens us. We have been so confident of ourselves until we retire. All of a sudden we go into an unknown area.
I was using it for the basic functions, which was mostly telephone, making telephones, sending SMS. But coming to the class, I have learned about a lot of new features that are available on the mobile phone. So it has greatly helped me.
Yeah.
It's in fact a little computer which I'm carrying.
Okay.
So, maybe read the top one, see how you get on.
The first telephone call was made by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, which is 148 years ago. He said, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you."
Yeah, that was in the 60s. It was before I went up to university, so it was 1961, 62. And I worked over Christmas and New Year, which was great fun because we had all the wonderful greetings from all over Europe. I mean, it was called the Continental Telephone Exchange, so it was basically the whole of Europe, and then there was another one which was overseas, which did Africa and USA and everything. A light would come on and you'd connect it. It was totally dependent on you being quick enough to pick it up, and then you dial the other number and then you connect them, and and you can listen in, but you try not to. There isn't time really. I've gone from Sean Flynn, who was the son of Errol, and I think Errol was in London at a time, so he was calling from his ski resort. Calling his dad, so that was quite fun.
100 years ago, telephones looked like a candlestick with a separate mouthpiece and receiver.
It has changed a lot because my first experience with technology was when I was at university. I used it mainly to do programming. And also, that was the basics of programming. And also at work, I used a lot of Word for Windows, spreadsheets, and also other programming software. Used to be huge. It used to make a lot of noise. And not like nowadays, where it's much slimmer and easier to use, I found.
calculator, old style
that's
calculator, and so your calculations would come out on the paper, is that right?
on the paper. We used to have little rolls which we used to put in,
Yeah.
and so we could actually confirm how we've come to our calculations.
At work, I have lots of technical support, and I had lots of young people around me who need my help, and instead in exchanging for my linguistic help, they help me with my digital things, and it didn't worry me until I am here on my own. I know a lot of things, but I don't know the basic things.
It does feel different now, yes. What was quite eventful for me, I became a chief accountant of an estate agent in Sloane Square, and when I was there, they were putting in a new German system. The computer, when it was installed, took up at least the size of about 4 of these rooms, from the floor to the ceiling.
Wow.
We used little cassettes, and we all had a little cassette in our desks.
Yeah.
And whatever was collected in the cassette during the day went into this massive machine
Yes.
at night.
Oh.
And that cleared all the information off it.
Right.
The first electronic computer was created in 1943. It weighed nearly 50 tons, roughly the same as 25 African elephants. Ah.
What is inside, you can
Yes.
see from this photo, is that the optic fibers are in the middle.
Yes.
And one of these, the strength of a hair, I mean the thickness of a hair,
Yeah.
can transmit so many messages that that's make all this communication viable.
Yeah.
And
Tell me, for the video, why is optic fibre of interest to you particularly?
yeah, I read about it a long time ago. Then it's only through the recent visit to the Science Museum
Yeah.
that when browsing through all these things, I was able to somehow find a photo of an acquaintance
Ah.
in the exhibit, and that person is somehow related to me in a certain way. This person is Sir Charles Cole. And in the 5 years that he was in London working in the laboratories, he invented the optic fiber. And in 1987, he was the Chancellor of the Hong Kong Chinese University. When it was that year that I studied there in the postgraduate diploma for education in that university.
Yeah.
That's how I met him, and I attended his lecture, and I had a certificate,
Yeah.
a diploma, not a certificate, diploma with his signature on. And when I saw his photo there, I recognized him immediately. I was, oh my goodness. And one of my acquaintances is there with his invention. We were able to transmit so much data within a very short time, and was it's now benefiting the whole world.
New and old tech going on in here.
Pour around the tables as well and touch just photographs or whatever again. Thank you. That's really cool. As a radio, you have your volume here, then you can, your volume's here, then you can choose the frequency here, and then the station, that central one. So it's quite nice, but their understanding of portable and our understanding of portable are not the same.
Do you remember these ones?
Oh yeah, very good.
Yeah. They always seemed to take forever, didn't they, to dial up anything?
Honestly, and if you make a mistake, look at all over again.
At the straight one, but at this point in the 50s, during the 30s, 50s, you need these to focus your voice. If not, the telephone will not pick it up. All the main communication officers, there's rows and rows of all these kinds of telephones, and those were the ones used during the war. And it says, it's quite funny this one, because it says, to call an all-figure number beginning with 01, dial only the last 7 figures. Do not dial the 01.
TV was first broadcast in the UK in 1932, less than 100 years ago.
I'm thinking it might be 83.
Yeah.
1953.
Yeah.
A little screen which was no bigger than this,
Yeah.
and the whole of the family watching the coronation on it.
One of the first things that was televised properly, a big event like that.
Yeah,
That
we
was
were
televised.
all huddled around it because there was only one television in the street,
Right. Oh, really?
and we were lucky to have it.
And it was a sort of fairly solid piece of furniture with a very tiny screen. It was probably about the size or maybe a little bit smaller than that.
Right.
And invite the neighbours in and everything.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was a young child, TV used to be black and white.
Yeah.
And not everybody could afford a TV because it was very expensive in those days.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be, again, very huge, make a lot of noise. And as time goes by, TV has, we now have a color TV. And also it's very slim
Yeah.
and very light as well.
Yeah.
Well, you see, my first real encounter with television was when there was the broadcast of men walking on the moon.
Oh, really? Did you watch that?
Yeah, it was broadcast in the middle of the day in Macau. I was still in Macau,
Okay.
and we didn't have a television at home, so I went to my friend's place
Yeah.
to watch.
And was
then,
that amazing? What was it like?
well, it was very snowy.
On 1st of July 1967, BBC Two launched colour television to the British public with the Wimbledon Tennis Championships. It was very difficult, especially because I was born abroad, so trying to communicate with my family was a lot of hassle and very expensive. Almost impossible, so you don't call them as often as you would nowadays. So nowadays with WhatsApp, which we learned in technology, it's much easier, and you can communicate much faster.
My grandchildren probably have no conception of what it was like before, you know, and how would they manage if it all went down, you know?
Yeah.
That's just the thing.
Really good point. Yeah.
The first mobile phone was made about 50 years ago. It took 10 hours to charge and only lasted 30 minutes.
One of the problems with technology is that you don't know what is going into your brain. And it's only when you do it again, you immediately do it,
Yeah,
and it's a doddle.
it gets a bit easier.
But it's only because you did it before.
Yeah,
But what you don't realise is the time you took when you first did it
yes.
has gone in there.
In 1992,
I
you
got my
the
first laptop.
And what was it like?
Heavy like a suitcase. I wish I could have a trolley to move that around.
So
It's-
not very mobile.
Not very, but then it's the first laptop I have at home. I didn't get a computer because I have a computer in the office, but then I got my first laptop. The first laptop was invented only 43 years ago in 1981. It cost about £1,500, which would be about £4,500 today.
I think there has been a lot of progress in the class because you can see an 80-year-old person who's actually sending a message on WhatsApp to say, I cannot come today.
Yes,
So that in
exactly.
itself is an achievement.
Yeah, yeah.
And they are a little bit less fearful because they are in a group, so there's always help around to help them.
Yes.
So that's really a plus sign, I think.
Yeah.
Because I know what happens to all seniors, that's why I really can work with them and build up their confidence, and at the same time increase my confidence as well.
So you're
And this,
going on the journey together, kind of thing,
exactly,
and helping each other.
exactly.
Yeah,
And it's really encouraging and really, I mean, satisfying to know that every time when I make a trip to KLS, I can bring home something, either a friendship or a new knowledge or new skill. That's why I keep coming, be it rain or shine.
The Apple iPad was launched in 2010, only 14 years ago. There have been 30 generations since, and they're constantly updating.
Yes, they are.